You finally got her attention. The one who used to be cold, distant, unpredictable. Now she's soft, affectionate, invested. You think you've won. You start texting first. You start showing you care. You start doing everything you thought a good man should do. And just like that, she fades. Her replies get shorter. Her eyes lose that sparkle. The woman who once couldn't stop thinking about you suddenly acts like you're invisible. You sit there, confused, asking yourself, what changed? You were finally being real, vulnerable, kind, and it killed her desire. It's a cruel contradiction every man learns the hard way. The more you give, the less she feels. The moment you care, she disappears. But what if this isn't random? What if this is a mechanism, a biological reaction, hardwired deep within her mind? What I'm about to tell you is the truth most men never recover from. Brother, every woman is programmed by survival, not sentiment. Thousands of years ago, emotional stability wasn't attractive. Dominance was. The aloof, emotionally detached man wasn't cold. He was powerful. His indifference signaled abundance, that he had choices, that he wasn't desperate for validation. And the female brain, still wired from that ancient world, reads that indifference as superiority. When you act like she's your everything, her instincts interpret it as weakness. When you act like she's just another part of your already full life, her instincts interpret it as status. Every woman, no matter how evolved she appears, still responds to this primal hierarchy. It's not evil, it's evolutionary. It's not manipulation, it's biology. She doesn't want to feel equal in emotion. She wants to feel chosen by something rare. And rarity only exists where there's scarcity. Your lack of attention becomes her dopamine fix. Your distance becomes her desire. And your silence becomes her obsession. Let's break down the mechanism, clinically. In her brain, attraction is not linear. It's cyclical. When she receives intermittent doses of attention, a text here, a compliment there, followed by silence, her dopamine system activates. It's the same neurological pathway that creates gambling addiction. Unpredictable reward equals maximum obsession. This is called intermittent reinforcement. The brain releases a surge of dopamine not when it's rewarded, but when it's anticipating a reward. That's why she checks her phone constantly, scrolling your messages, replaying your tone, analyzing your pauses. She's not in love with you. She's addicted to the uncertainty you create. When you become consistent, predictable, emotionally available, her brain chemistry stabilizes, and the high disappears. That's when she says, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. That's the moment her addiction ends. Every man who's been through this knows the silence that follows. That numb confusion when you realize her passion was never about love. It was about the chemical storm your detachment created. You've seen it. You just didn't recognize it. When you pull back, she suddenly texts you more. When you act distracted, she becomes affectionate. When you finally show interest, she withdraws. These aren't coincidences, they're patterns. Case study number 1. Mark, 32, starts dating a woman who seemed obsessed. The moment he plans a future, she grows distant. He panics, doubles down, flowers, attention, reassurance. She vanishes. A month later, she returns, only when he stops replying. Case study number 2. A man stops chasing. He gets focused on work. Weeks later, his ex calls, crying about missing his energy. It wasn't love she missed. It was the emotional vacuum his absence created. Every man learns the same law. Desire is inversely proportional to availability. Her chaos isn't random, brother. It's the echo of her addiction. Now let's talk about the system that made this worse. Modern culture has rewritten masculinity into guilt. You're told to be emotionally transparent, vulnerable, endlessly expressive. You're told to communicate your feelings. But here's the paradox. The same world that demands your openness punishes you for it. When you act stoic, you're called toxic. When you act emotional, you're called weak. Feminism, social media, and corporate dating culture thrive on this confusion. It keeps men off balance, constantly seeking validation from systems that despise them. They taught men to love like women, and then blamed them for being unloved. That's the conspiracy, my friend. A world that profits from your neediness will never teach you restraint. Eventually, every man reaches the collapse. You start giving her everything. You start proving your worth. And she stops seeing you as valuable. You think you're winning her heart, but you're losing your frame. And when your frame breaks, her respect dies. Soon, every conversation becomes heavier, every touch colder. She's still there, physically, but emotionally, she's gone. You try harder. You beg. You over-explain. And in that moment, she realizes something you don't. She no longer fears losing you. That's the death of attraction, not hate, not anger, certainty. Once she's sure you'll never leave, she already has. Here's the truth, brother. Attraction isn't moral. It's mechanical. Every woman, no matter how kind or intelligent, is still governed by the same biology. To seek power, to crave challenge, to chase the man who doesn't need her. It's not personal. It's programmed. You can't negotiate desire with logic, or win affection through consistency. You can't love her into obsession. Because what she craves isn't love, it's tension. You are not meant to be captured. You are meant to be pursued. And when you forget that, you become disposable. The man she falls for is not the one who gives her everything. It's the one who gives her nothing she can control. So how do you break this cycle? You don't fight her nature. You master yours. The solution isn't to fake detachment or play emotional games. It's to build a life so filled with purpose, direction, and internal calm that you don't need to act indifferent. You simply are. Focus on your mission, not her moods. Be kind, but never compliant. Give emotion, but never dependence. The more you chase meaning, the less you chase validation. And in that absence, she feels your gravity. That's masculine power. Not control. Not manipulation. Just centered presence. Because the man who acts like she's nothing doesn't do it to punish her. He does it because his world is already full. And when your purpose becomes your addiction, she becomes your admirer, not your master. Remember this, brother, women crave mystery, but respect mastery. Be both.